right, let's clap it up. Yeah, we're back, new studio and all that. Okay, we are here, the 5ASIDE podcast. Today you are joined by,
what's up? Seb,
Gabe, also the birthday boy,
Kendrick,
Josh.
Thank y'all for joining us for another audio-visual experience. We are here at WTF Media Studios in Midtown, New York.
Yes, sir.
How we feeling in this new studio, y'all? This is super nice. This is crazy. I actually feel like a different person right now.
This is cozy is what.
Cozy's the vibe.
I feel like y'all don't deserve to talk to me when I sit in this seat.
Low key, right? Like,
you feel better?
Yeah,
better than me?
I feel better than all of you.
Yeah, I feel better than myself right now. It's crazy, right?
It's better than yourself.
Definitely. Got a lot on today's show. Going to be talking about AFCON, Asian Cup, a lot of excitement there around the world of footy. Very exciting news with the World Cup schedule announcement as well. In terms of where the games are going to be, is BHM. So, we got to talk about a little bit of Black history and how we're feeling about everything. But top of everybody's mind, top of the footy world is certainly AFCON. It's been a pretty crazy tournament, unbelievable upsets, last minute goals, just absolute chaos, especially from the host nation, Ivory Coast, who have come quite a far way, all the way to the semifinals when we thought they were going to be knocked out. Yeah. Sacked their coach midway through too, right?
Yes.
Absolutely insane. I know y'all have been watching closely, so just like general thoughts on AFCON, the excitement, the culture of it, the world's perception, if you think that's changing, just anything y'all want to talk about for the tournament. And then we'll do a little preview for the Final Four as well.
World's perception definitely changed, as you said. You mentioned it being the top of the football world is crazy.
It is.
Even my personal experience with the tournament used to be something, I would watch in class, and the only people talking about is me and my other African friends, and, be something. It's kind of even the experience we have being soccer fans in general in this country. That's kind of what it's like, being an AFCON fan. But it's beautiful to see the amount of shine it's been getting, and deservedly so, because there's a lot of quality on the pitch. There's a lot of quality on the pitch, and the entertainment factor is up.
Unbelievable, bro.
Do y'all feel
it's
like,
raw passion. I love it.
Do y'all feel like non-Black people are watching AFCON?
I think British people are watching it.
Yeah.
Like British white people?
Yeah, because they have, I'm going to say some crazy shit. This is too early in the podcast. But anyway.
They have vested interest?
Because there's a little bit of like, the British media is probably the media that covers AFCON in the most like Britishy way, where like you'll see headlines that'll start like, "Oh, AFCON chaos."
Oh, always.
Like, you know what I mean? Like that's how that country covers the tournament.
Like
and
the
so
Sun?
It's a bit jokey. So they'll watch it for that reason.
And there's the vibe too of the players leaving the Prem to go play. I know some people are upset about that, so a little bit of sour taste.
That's what it's gonna be mostly. A lot of the players playing the Prem, so there's gonna be more of an eye. Some of the biggest players in the Prem.
One of the biggest players in Prem history, Salah. Yeah. And they got knocked out. Yeah. The one thing that I wish AFCON was, though, I wish it was in the summer. I wish it was. I understand that. But just like, because it is top of the footy world right now, but I would love, when you think about the World Cup, the Euros.
It is for real.
Okay, well, it's maybe, that's very true. Our algorithm is very biased.
The reason I asked I asked that question is because I feel like most of the people that I talk to, whenever I bring up AFCON, they laugh about it.
Yeah.
Or like specifically like non-Black people
That's fair.
Soccer. They're like, oh, like nobody cares about that. Like nobody's watching that.
That's fair.
My perception is completely different.
Fair. I'd say for a fully avid footy fan, non-biases aside, I feel like it is the most exciting thing going on right now, even if you are white, whatever. But what I'm saying is when you think about the Euros and Copa America, bro, that summer feel, or the World Cup when we're all on one tourney, that energy is different. And I wish AFCON had that opportunity. And during the season, it's very difficult. Of course. Like today, I'm watching the Madrid derby, but if this was the summertime, my only thought is that international tournament. So that's the only thing I wish it had.
That's fair. That's a fair point.
What happened with the World? This is maybe like a dementia type question, but like during the World Cup in December, was like the
club stopped?
Everything just stopped?
Yeah.
Dang.
That was
definitely dementia.
Like, I forgot.
We'll roll the dementia ad right here.
No, it's a fact. That was one thing that was crazy about that World Cup too.
Yeah.
The timing of it. I don't know.
Literally World Cup final right before Christmas.
Which teams are y'all rooting to win now? We have Nigeria, South Africa, Congo, and Ivory Coast, Côte d'Ivoire.
I'm rooting on Côte d'Ivoire. Allez Côte d'Ivoire. Les éléphants. Because they're the host nation. And this story is insane. Everything about it is insane, bro. Everything about it's crazy.
Congo.
This whole story, bro, from firing your coach midway through the tournament, thinking you get knocked out, to somehow making it through because, y'all boys decided to, you know what I'm saying, make a little mistake. You don't got to talk about it, though.
Disgusting.
The last minute goals that they've been having to be the host nation, like,
y'all know the
it's
coach
just so
story?
crazy, bro. I'm rooting for Ivory Coast.
Y'all know the coach story?
The full story? Nah,
Yeah,
please, bro.
Interim or the original?
The whole saga.
Please.
So the coach's name was Jean-Louis Albert, the coach that Ivory Coast went to the tournament with. Frenchman. They won their first game and then lost their next 2 games, I believe.
Something like that, yeah.
So they had 3
I don't think
points.
they won any games.
No, they won their first game. They beat
They did win their first
they
game.
beat
I'm about to
Guinea.
check. Oh my gosh.
I'm checking
they beat
right now.
one of the Guineas. There's many Guineas in the tournament, but they beat one of them.
I'm crying.
At the beginning. I remember because Fofana scored a goal.
They-
and I remember being in the airport in Cameroon. when they scored that.
Got you.
So
They beat Guinea-Bissau, my
Guinea-Bissau,
people.
yes.
And then they got clobbered.
and then they lost
Equatorial 4-0.
Lost 1-0 to Nigeria, 4-0 to Equatorial Guinea. So it seemed like, to the fans who perhaps haven't been watching AFCON too much, it seemed like that Ivory Coast, as the host nation with only 3 points, was going to be eliminated from the tournament. And then due to some results that happened in their favor and due to this year's AFCON third place rules, where the top 4 third place teams advanced to the next round, Ivory Coast was given a lifeline and they were placed back in the tournament. But they had already fired their head coach. So there was a lot of commotion in the country. So for those who don't know, Ivory Coast spent over $1 billion building stadiums and creating the infrastructure to host the tournament. So it's a bit of a big deal when your host country exits the tournament that early because a lot of the money that comes back is from ticket sales and all the games that sell the most are the games where the host country is playing. So because they were placed back in the tournament, it was crucial that they won their next game. So I don't know if y'all remember the Saudi Arabia's coach from the World Cup.
Yeah. Renard, right?
Renard, yes.
Something like that, yeah.
There was a coalition of wealthy Ivorians who banded together and they offered him $1 million to coach them for the next game. Then fans in the country took to the streets and they protested that coalition of Ivorians and said, we've had enough French people. And so they promoted the second, the coach who was, I guess, like
Assistant coach?
the assistant coach.
Yeah.
And he's now taking them to the semifinals.
That's so insane. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Usually it's like, it's a tournament. No matter what, you ride with that coach, and then you just fire him after. To fire him, I don't think
To
I've ever
fire
seen
without
that, bro.
confirmation that you're out of the tournament is...
Yeah, because even like
Interesting.
France winning the World Cup to
Yep.
getting knocked out group stage, Italy did the same thing. Spain, they never fired during the World Cup.
Yep.
That's,
It definitely.
but it worked. I guess. I mean, something
Yes.
worked.
However,
It's
something worked.
emotion. It's
So-
tied to emotion.
Yeah, we've talked about sort of like the beauty of AFCON, but
Yeah.
there's a bit of unprofessionalism surrounding it as well, right? Like we can't say that there's a certain level of activities that happen in and around the tournament that you wouldn't see in other tournaments.
Like
Could we
what?
agree on that or no?
Like what?
I don't
So
know.
I will say-
CONCACAF's pretty nuts too. So
So I mean, if you guys disagree, I'd love
What
to have the
specific-
debate.
I'm just trying to understand.
So like, okay, so for example, players showing up to the tournament, an international tournament, after the tournament's already started.
Okay.
I'll put that down as one thing.
Yeah, that's weird.
Firing your coach before you know that you're even out of the tournament.
That's brazy.
I'll put that down.
It's crazy.
Referees blowing the final whistle in the 89th minute. That happened, or before time was already up. That happened last night.
Yeah.
So those are just 3 examples off the top of my head.
It's definitely
Shrug.
It's part of the vibe.
It's part
I'll
of
be
the
real.
it's part of the vibe. But what does that mean? What does that mean?
I will say though, CONCACAF is nuts, bro. Have you seen some CONCACAF qualifiers? No, I'm being serious. From refereeing decisions, the late adoption of VAR, the type of
course.
fields teams have had to play on.
That's qualifiers.
Like at the end of the day, bro, the infrastructure is just different around the world outside of UEFA and Europe. So aside from UEFA, there's just a lot of crazy shit going on.
I also
to
don't
be
feel
honest.
like it's
and
been-
UEFA still has some crazy shit.
I also
yeah.
don't feel like it's been that crazy.
You wouldn't say that a player showing up after the tournament has started isn't crazy?
It is, but given the context of the fact that it's mid-season, like,
Yeah, that's also different too. That's
it makes a difference.
That's a good point.
I don't like it, but
No, my thing is, I just think that I think that the continent sort of accepts like a bit of like the nonsense because we're like, oh, it's AFCON,
Marketing?
it's Africa.
Yeah.
And like a bit of the unprofessionalism that is like attached to like African infrastructure or like
they had
African
people,
stuff.
They had people like moaning and playing porn sounds during like the UEFA,
That's true.
the
That's
Euros
true.
draw.
That's true. That is true.
Definitely. That was an
Like
innovator though.
there's
But yeah.
unprofessionalism and like
Everywhere.
silliness.
Yeah.
But the response to
everywhere.
that is different. The response to that is different.
You think
I
from
think so.
the federations?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's fair.
like you have guys standing in front of the camera in AFCON. You just have his head just while the match is playing. I'm watching on TV. It's the guys.
Nah, people been saying the old head analyst has been. Yo, they say he been waffling the whole tournament.
Yeah, the broadcasting be a little off sometimes. Like how they caught bro at the end of the last Ivory Coast match.
Yeah,
trying to talk
definitely.
To,
That's a meme. We gonna put that meme right here.
That was
edit
good,
point.
though. That was good for
edit point. That was.
They
good.
literally scored like a last minute winner.
Yes.
Or was it a penalty?
They just won the shootout.
Yes, they just won.
They just won the shootout versus Senegal, knocking out defending champs.
Hold on, you're talking about when Uncle was
talking to Shorty.
Yes.
Talking to Shorty.
That was after the winner, bro. It wasn't after the penty.
They showed it at the end of the game. It was a penalty shootout. Remember?
It was a penalty
with
against
Senegal. Yeah,
it was the one with Senegal. It wasn't the other one.
Nah, and young boy missed it, and he was crying so much they carried him off the field. It was that game.
Oh,
yeah.
For some reason, it's okay, but
it was just odd because I'm watching the Ivory Coast team like
but
going
to be
crazy,
fair, that's the fans celebrating,
and then they cut to bro like in Shorty's ear, like whispering to her, and then he later came out with a statement and he apologized to his wife and kids.
I don't know if that was
the trailer.
I don't know if that was real, though. I saw that everywhere, but I was
let's
like,
just say it was real.
It was real.
Let's just say it was real.
He apologized to his
journalism, nigga.
He's over here like. She looked mad uncomfortable.
She wasn't
bro.
dealing with it, bro.
Did y'all watch the Cape Verde game?
Yeah.
They be wild. The cameraman is wild.
Oh yeah,
I have to say something.
He's a bit nuts.
I will say that's interesting.
Female fans, yeah.
Go ahead.
No, like they need it's kind of ridiculous that a woman can't be a fan of a team and be conventionally attractive and just like enjoy the game without a meme coming out.
Why is that ridiculous?
Huh?
Why is that ridiculous?
He said they can't.
They can't. I'm saying like it's impossible for a meme to not come out of you if you're like a conventionally attractive woman at these games. You don't think that's a little nuts?
I need to break that.
You see what I'm saying? If there's a baddie in the crowd, I got to be a meme every time I go to a
game. It don't have to be a meme, but like that's part of the like attraction.
Of what?
Bro, I'm just saying like maybe she doesn't want to be everywhere on the internet just because she went to a game.
Bro, if I look good and I was at a game.
I know that's you, bro. I'm just saying. Josh, do you see what I'm trying to get at?
You're mad funny. So.
Yeah, you're mad funny, bro.
Nah,
I feel you. I would be fine too. But we're also not the center of the
yeah, like
I understand.
It's just kind of
a little weird. It is a little
bro,
weird.
Let's show like
because it's uncles. Because it's uncles.
Yeah,
you seen the uncles in the background staring and stuff.
Like.
Yeah,
she actress a girl in Jersey, bro. I guess she's pretty, but like, yeah,
it's also interesting. I will say, talking about the camera's cutting. The camera cut into Uncle even chatting up the girl next to him. High key, like I feel like the camera was just more so showing the crowd celebration.
That's what I was saying.
No, bro.
You think that was intentional?
I have the video.
I know. We watched the game, bro. It was on him.
I saw it, but I'm saying that like during that moment, if you
saying he was trying to, the camera was just trying.
How could he even know?
Yeah, like
no, of course he didn't know. Of course he didn't know.
The cameraman is picking out Cape Verde women. That's a fact.
That one, yeah.
That is a fact.
Yeah, that's what I was getting to my original point about conventionally attractive
bro. Like literally,
it's a heavy camera too.
It's a heavy camera too.
That's low-key every tournament though. Like,
oh no, I'm not saying the AFCON thing. I'm saying a sports thing.
Nah, this one I won't lie.
This is heavy, dog.
Aggressive. It was a bit aggressive.
Heavy.
It was a bit aggressive.
Niggas was the Cape Verde still in the tournament.
No, because like it was this team has been the part of the branding of
it is. Yo, I'm actually seeing posts about like, damn, I can't believe they're out the tournament, and it's just pictures of the girls in the crowd. And like,
anyway, shout out Cape Verde though.
Yes.
They lost to South Africa. Is funny.
Boston was lit.
Can't take a penalty for their lives.
Boston,
mad Cape Verdeans out there. I didn't even know about that till recently.
That's a fact. And with
Rhode Island as well.
Yeah, Rhode Island for sure, bro.
I was gonna say a lot of people saying that South Africa versus Nigeria is gonna be the battle of on piano.
Definitely versus Afrobeat.
Yo, that's not funny.
But the thing is, it also brings up, and that's one of the beauties of these type of tournaments, especially when we cover the World Cup. A lot of things that are going on between these countries. You know, if we're gonna get into that side of just the reality of sports, South Africa and Nigeria have their own dynamic. So
interesting. I don't know much about that.
Yeah,
xenophobia. Like actually, people getting harmed because of Nigerian and South Africa.
I'm trying to find out.
We know a Nigerian South African, but I didn't know much about that.
Nigerians in South Africa, it's not easy for them, bro.
Nigerians in South Africa.
Yeah,
got you.
Homie from Cornell, is that right?
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
Man.
Yeah, I didn't know that was.
I didn't know it was a thing though, like a negative thing.
Wow. There's a long history of Nigerians,
Nigeria specifically, not just being black.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
South Africa,
of course, Nigeria has the biggest population of like expats going to South Africa, and so there's a long history of Nigerians being like facing violence.
Violence is fuck.
Interesting.
Because there's a lot of xenophobia in South Africa. Not to excuse it, but like there's a traumatic history of like foreigners in their country, and so they can be a bit protective, and that protectiveness can turn into like violence.
Yeah. Specifically against like when I saw
nationality more than race, or a bit of both.
both.
Essentially, would Black South Africans also have these issues, or is it connected to the
No,
Europeans?
it would be Black South Africans doing this to Black.
That's what I'm
Yes,
asking. So it's a nationality thing, not race. Okay, I got
Like,
you.
I'm telling you,
Damn.
when I saw that semifinal, I was like,
It's one of those.
yeah, definitely.
It's like U.S. Iran type shit. Yeah. Wow.
Jesus Christ.
No, that happened in the last World Cup.
I know.
Yeah.
The more you know.
Wow.
So this semifinal gonna be good. They said French Twitter gonna go crazy with Cote
Definitely.
d'Ivoire versus Congo. I saw PK Humble shutting down.
He's Congolese, right?
Humble was going
He
crazy.
was
He's Congolese, right?
winding his waist.
Yep.
on
That's
top
so
of the
funny.
car. Bro.
Speaking of that too, one thing I noticed about AFCON and the Asian Cup is that you start just learning people's nationalities.
Oh,
like
hell
people
yeah.
just come out. I didn't know all y'all was Ivorian on
fact.
IG, bro.
Bro,
Mad
OD.
Ivorians. I didn't know who was Cape Verdean.
That's
Like
good.
I just love to see the national pride that comes
Players,
out through
the
these sort of
players,
moments.
too.
Even players too. Yeah.
Like, bro, I did not know that Ivory Coast had all these, what's his name, Holler?
Yeah.
Has Sebastian Haller? You wouldn't know. You might think he's just French or something. Yeah,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
It's
I'm like,
it's
damn.
you learn so much.
They got
Yeah.
mad players.
It just brings the world together, bro. It's like the one thing, almost no matter what's going on with your country, you'll support them for their footy team.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of the time. So
That's a fact.
it's just, even the Asian Cup too, I'm seeing, I didn't know this person's Iraqi or this person's South Korean. Like, it's just so funny. And from people who don't even care about footy like that, but this is where they ride for it because it's their country. So that's been a really cool thing to see.
Last point about AFCON. All of the favorites to win the tournament, besides Nigeria, of course, have been knocked out.
Yep.
All of the, I think all of the quarterfinalists from last year were replaced by new quarterfinalists this year. So
Crazy.
the 8 teams that advanced as far as they did last year, none of those 8 advanced to the same place as they did this year. What does that say about a tournament like that? That would probably never happen in the Euros or
Yeah. And to add to it, the defending champs haven't made it to the quarterfinals, I believe, in the last
four
the
editions.
past 4 editions, which is good to see as well.
It's high turnover. I mean, it speaks to the level of competition.
Yeah.
That's what it speaks to. The fact that another tournament don't mean Pim what you did before.
Yep.
Yeah.
Middle of the season too, I think affects it as well.
Sure. Yep.
Yeah. Injury.
So how do you prepare for a tournament like that? That's so unpredictable.
You have to ball out.
Yeah, you have to.
It's like footy in its rawest form in that sense. You know
I
what I mean?
agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say like it's just like an intense form of competition with
So
no
intense.
expectations.
Yeah.
Like Ivory Coast was down against Mali, a man down for what?
The whole
70
game.
minutes?
Yeah, more. Maybe more.
Well,
Maybe
yeah,
more.
including extra time. And they scored 2 goals. Like nobody in any other competition, like you assume going down, you will go down. I mean, going down a man and you're a goal down, you're done.
And
You're
they're
finished.
a third place team, by the way.
Yeah, you're finished.
That
And-
lost 4-0 to
and Mali
Equatorial
has a
Guinea.
history of knocking out hosts and whatnot.
Yeah.
So like, you know, you make assumptions, but it's
Yeah.
like in this competition you can't make assumptions. That's what makes it so fun.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, bro, like it's just exciting.
There hasn't been a boring game. There hasn't been a game that I've been like,
It's so nuts.
What was
bro.
that
I
one
wasted time
team that
watching.
you were saying that was just Rossing it?
Mauritania.
Rossing it.
Bro, his name is Abubakari Kyote, or I'm sorry if I mispronounced
worries.
his name.
That's cool.
But he plays for Mauritania. They had a game against Angola, I think. And it was like 4-3. Bro scored a banger from like 40 yards out, bro. Like, like he just had a torpedo.
That was the
Yeah.
the game was nuts.
And like the whole match, he was just launching torpedoes.
Bro.
Like when you watch the highlights,
He was just trying.
he was trying it the whole game.
Who was homie who was like the early top scorer, who's like a right back that's playing 3rd division and ended up being their striker? Like, it's just nuts, bro.
Emiliano and Sue.
Yes, it's just next man up. I love next man up stuff, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit crazy.
Pause. It just means next
I don't know
man.
what
Nah,
it means,
look at this nigga. No, next man up.
Bro, come on, G.
Nah, it's a phrase like no matter what, someone's injured, next person, just replace like
Next person doing what?
playing soccer, bro.
Oh, and I have a new favorite player.
Oh.
Well, not favorite player, but he's like top 5 for me now.
Okay.
Who the other four?
Umar Diakite.
Oh. The Ivorian.
Your top 5, nigga.
The one who got sent off?
Yeah.
Why?
He's just been. What the fuck is so funny?
I'm trying to understand why
I'm
Umar
about to say who's
Diakite
the other
should be
4
fair.
because I was crying that you have no list. In your notes app, you're like, we 5 now. He said the other 4.
Nah, he's top 5. He's top
Okay, who's 5 though?
Um,
Let's see it. Can who's top 5?
Umar Diakite. Nah, he's just been balling out. Like I think he
My mom
plays.
hates him.
He plays in League On
Why?
for Rems.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know. One, he's nice as fuck. Like he's fast, he dribbles, scores bangers. He scored the winning goal against Mali.
Took his shirt off.
And I don't know, he just like he's over there like hyping up the crowd, like getting the crowd into it every game when they're losing. Like I don't know, you could just like pinpoint moments when there's a player on a team who's like lifting the whole team up. And I think he's like 20 years old. He was born in like 2003, and he's like leading his whole country like,
What the fuck?
down this tournament. I'm like, bro,
That's fire.
Adingra really wanted that goal. The other Ivorian, the one who came
shot it?
on.
Brighton, right?
Yeah.
He balled out with Brighton, I think.
he started celebrating.
We said he was nice. We said he was nice.
It's funny.
Him and Nick Jackson.
Any other stories?
Do y'all want to comment on your country's performances?
Sure.
Oh yeah, please.
If you want to, if there's anything you want to give out to the world. True, because if
we cannot move
I remember
on.
Child did the Spain in the World Cup, so actually I'm being too nice.
Yeah, please do not.
Yeah, we can't be nice.
I'm not too embarrassed. Like we lost to Nigeria.
Fair.
We didn't play too
You guys
well.
played awful.
No, I know.
Made it to the
But, like,
knockout round at least.
You played awful though.
I know. But like, you know,
Okay,
Yeah.
respect. You guys played. You guys
we
played
played
awful
horribly.
though.
We did.
Yeah.
Like, it was one of those like
He said
it reminded me.
tough.
It reminded me of that and Italy's game against North Macedonia.
Both of your nationalities are dookie.
Yeah, these
North,
days,
Matt, I still can't get over it.
I know.
And they're like supposed to be good.
Supposed to be good,
but they're dookie.
yeah. Anyway, 5 stars on
Cameroon-
the chest for Cameroon.
Cameroon right now isn't like supposed to be good though.
They have
supposed to-
Historically
Historically
though.
pieces.
supposed to be
They're
alright.
decent. No, that's fair.
Supposed to be
Historically
alright.
though, too.
No,
for
right
sure.
now, there's in my country. Leave it alone.
How do your people feel about Onana?
Yo, we hate him.
I feel bad for the bro, honestly.
Cameroonians
I
hate
kinda
him.
I hope he has the support
Why
he
do you
needs in
feel
his
bad for
life.
Cause he's just been
Bro.
getting shitted on.
Yeah,
like,
but he's an attention whore. There's no other word for it.
Yo,
Let me explain. Why the fuck?
He's gonna know more
why-
about the way he's
so-
going
so-
about stuff in his country. Man.
So Nkudu's about to take a free kick, maybe like 20 yards out from the goal, like a normal spot to take a free kick. Why is Onana giving him advice? Standing
I
next
feel
to
like I
him.
remember that.
So Onana sprints the whole field. Yo, have some like why is he giving him advice?
Well, they could have
He's a
been in
leader.
training. No, they could have been in training together. You know, when
Yeah.
they talked
Facts.
about certain things, like, "Yo, you got this again." Remember how?
So
you
he
did-
ran all the way to the field to tell you.
Honestly, goalkeeper. So goalkeepers are bored, bro.
Nah, I'm fucking with you, Seb. I'm fucking with you.
Stay in the back.
like goalkeepers are bored,
Wanting
bro.
to shut up and dribble.
Yeah.
Shut up and
That's
save.
hilarious.
No, mostly is the stuff that he does like behind the scenes. So
What's behind the scenes?
those who don't, the backup goalkeeper, Cameron's backup goalkeeper, is his cousin, his first cousin.
Shit is too funny.
And they grew up together. They played in the Barca Academy together and stuff.
Barca Academy?
Yeah, you didn't know?
No.
So Eto'o has a foundation that goes straight to. So
that's
a lot
fire.
of there's
That's
a lot
fire,
of
that's fire,
Cameroonians that have gone through that Barca
That's
Academy.
actually dope.
And so
Send
they
him
are
mad
first
people.
cousins. There's a lot of tension between those two. They don't speak.
This guy's
They don't
mad.
speak.
They don't talk to each
This
other.
guy's fucking mad.
Undoa and Onana.
Awkward Christmas.
And the issue is that, I mean, for those that don't know, Onana is like a sweeper keeper. He likes to play the ball a
Yeah.
lot, whatever.
Fuck.
And you can do that at high level teams.
Yeah.
But with a Cameroon whose back line is just not as technically gifted as some of like the top European teams,
Yeah.
there's just no need for your goalkeeper to be an extra center back. You don't need that. But because of whatever it is that Onana thinks is needed, he like has decided that is what he is going to do. That is what his role will be, regardless of whether or not the coach or the team needs that tactically.
Okay.
And if you have a player that thinks he's bigger than the team, then he shouldn't be on the team.
Do you think it wasn't the coach telling him we need you to be like this?
Well, that's why he sat the next game.
That's fair.
Yeah, facts.
Very fair.
That's why he sat him the rest of the tournament.
So when you say attention whore, you just mean like
No.
big ego?
Yeah, it's not really a big ego because let me just be honest though. To a certain level, I do understand him because he's more talented than the use that is being allowed for him to display. So it's like if
That's funny from a goalie though.
But at the end of the day, it's true. Like
Yeah.
the modern goalkeeper is way more talented than like what a lot of these teams like are used to having.
That's fair with the feet.
So I'm sure he feels limited as fuck. I'm sure he feels like he could actually help a lot more, but it's just not what the team needs.
Yeah.
So
And
at a certain point, you have to
saves-
have the maturity to be like, all right, I'll step back.
Yeah.
But
I
if
do
he
hope he's
doesn't
doing
have
well
that
though.
maturity, then it's a little bit like fuck you.
I hope he's got who he needs in his life though, because that's a lot of constant slander.
Yeah.
Black Stars.
You know, I was about to swing it over to
Yeah.
the Black Stars. You know, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. Sometimes
Like the
black
tourney run? My fault. That was good. That wasn't good. Like the turny run.
Kudus.
No run, really.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out Mo for me. But some days black excellence, some days just black.
Yep.
That's what it is.
Just a black team, no stars. That's tough.
But
besides Mo,
just a
black team. Just a black team.
No stars.
No stars.
at the end of the day,
You gotta earn the name, right?
We rebuild, we move on. Even just looking about how the team has been going, you know, it's unfortunate, but yeah, we definitely have to support.
Did you see the video of your guys' journalists accosting your players? Yeah.
Like the bus.
It's nothing new.
Crazy.
It's a lot of passion there, you know. Even when they got back to Ghana as well, too, just a different type of reception. It wasn't the same energy, you know, because I'm crying. Why you say all like that? I mean, but yeah, but you have to do better because, like, one of the biggest things about football is it gives a lot of hope and pride to people.
Yes.
So,
well,
how do you feel about Iñaki taking a plane and going back to Spain and scoring a brace? Or no, maybe it was 1 goal.
you know,
I think he did score a brace.
which
he's been having a great year, bro.
yeah, no, I was about to
Well,
say
they knocked out
was
Barca
that the
too.
winner? I think
Is
it was
that
the game
bro
winner
right
too, or
there?
something
I
like
think
that.
so. I think it was. I think he said, I came back for a reason. Came back for a reason.
Is that why?
That's what he said.
He's a baller, bro.
Nah,
Should have
but
played for Spain. But
he
it's fine.
definitely does well for his club.
Yep.
We wish that it could be displayed on the pitch, but wishing the best for him.
Who's the guy on the Lookman?
Adiola.
He's an English national, but he chose Nigeria.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know how
he's
long ago
going
he chose
crazy.
Nigeria?
Nah.
I think it's about 2 years. Three years.
Yeah.
He's not.
He's an example.
young.
Yeah.
He's 24. Must.
Do y'all want to get into that convo and get shitted on the internet again? That video's still going crazy.
Choosing to play
From
for
the-
African countries.
It's interesting.
Well,
I mean, that gets into black history and whatnot.
That's the only
We don't
way.
have to. We've talked about it a lot of times, but
Players who are born in Europe,
okay.
black players who are born in Europe of African descent,
Mm-hmm.
choosing to play for African teams instead of the country they were born in,
Yes.
is the only way that AFCON will grow to be the tournament that it should be.
agreed.
The only.
Yeah.
I think it's the fastest step. I don't think it's the only.
Yeah.
I think it's the only way.
Fastest.
Fastest, yeah.
Fastest.
Because at the end of the
But
day,
anyway,
you want to
I
have the
digress.
best infrastructure in your country,
The
the best
infrastructure
academies.
will come when the players come and bring the
No, that helps.
sponsorships,
Of course,
bring
of
the
course.
money, bring the eyes, bring the attention.
I feel you. It's the fastest. I'm just saying, if that doesn't happen in 50 years through very slow progression, just even the increasing, just becoming more of an economic hub in the world, period, that
what I'll say,
can
though.
get it to that point. And it's more sustainable too, because it is hard and it gets in the conversation too. Mbappe, Bukayo Saka, like if you're born in France, you're born in England, you grew up in London, you grew up in Paris, whatever.
Yep.
And like you looked up to France or England winning the World Cup, whatever. Well, not England, shit. France winning the World Cup recently. You see Zizou, you see these guys. You see black Frenchmen too. You're in line with the music, all that. I can understand why you might want to play for France, even if you love your heritage.
Yep.
Soccer, maybe the same way within England. Yeah, I love being Nigerian, but I still feel more British. So that's why, for me, that's hard to rely on. It's really hard to rely on. If you're really born and raised in that country, to have them, to rely on them coming to the country of their national origin in terms of descent.
Is the rule that you need dual citizenship, or is it more so like, I don't know, that's an point. That's
You
an
can
important-
easily nationalize because Diego Costa played for Spain. He's from Brazil, straight up. And he just lived in Spain through like Atletico.
He's
He's really
actually
Brazilian.
Brazilian.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
I think it's just through where your parents are from. It's not even official. Like I could have played for Spain. I don't have the citizenship, but you know what I'm saying? It's like just because my dad's from Spain, I could have.
It's fair.
It's that sort of thing.
One thing
Yeah.
want to shout out for Ademola Lookman. You know the song Okwara G by Black Bones?
Probably, yeah.
So he did a celebration after his goal against Angola.
Yeah, I know they waste energy.
Hey,
Oh shit. That's fire.
Energy.
hey. Shout out him.
He did a celebration for Black Bones?
No.
No, that's
did a
also,
He was
I-
shaking his roster for Black Bulls.
No, I was confused
Fuck,
what you
man.
were
I
saying,
wanted
bro.
a clip. Fuck.
Yeah, finish.
Shout out Ademola Lookman for his recent celebration where he did he lifted up his fist in honor of Samuel Okwara celebration, which is fire because one of our favorite songs, my favorite song by Black Bones is Okwara.
Okay, I got you. Black Bones is an amazing artist.
I'm saying
by the
shout
way.
out Black Bones too. Black
Yeah.
Bones.
Check him out. Actually, incredible artist.
Yeah.
But who you got winning it? I'm going to Ivory Coast.
Ivory Coast.
No way. Nigeria's winning.
They should, but like,
That'll be a fire final.
That will be the
Ivory
final.
Coast.
I need that final. Yeah.
There's no
That would be the final.
I can't speak today.
So crazy.
Yeah, I was about to say. I said Black Boys.
Quick.
Wait, who's your prediction?
Oh, who do I want?
Yeah.
I want Congo.
You want Congo?
I would love for Congo.
That'd be nuts.
Yes.
I ain't gonna lie. That's
Y'all
just
want to
insane.
talk about the Moroccan racism stuff?
We could. Yeah.
It's worth it.
Is worth talking about?
Yes.
Let's
North
do it.
Africans and
What happened?
West
Put me on,
Africans.
bro.
You guys want me to just give a breakdown of what happened?
Yeah, let's
Yes.
talk about it.
So,
Well, more so your feelings on what happened.
yeah, okay.
With a
So for those who don't know,
yeah.
at the end of the Morocco Congo match, Chancel Mbemba, Marseille center back, very experienced center back, very well known in like African circles of football. So I'm sure like these people have spoken
Martial.
before. The game has ended. Actually, the end of the game was a bit strange. There was a bit of, so the game ended either 0-0 or 1-1. There was a bit of tension at the end of the game due to Mbemba got injured. He was taken off the field, wanted to get back on the field. The ref was kind of yelling at him. There's a bit of tension.
Yeah.
So, Mbemba's on the edge of the field. He's yelling. The game ends. It ends in a tie, and Mbemba gets onto the field, gets on his knees, and starts praying. He has his eyes closed. He has his hands up in the air, praying and stuff. As he finishes his prayer, Morocco's coach Walid Regragui goes up to him and grabs his arm.
He wasn't really done.
At first, he
was still
he had
praying.
either just like he was about to just finish the prayer, but like he was nowhere. He wasn't like out of that mode yet,
Yeah,
for sure.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, and you can see it on the camera. Mbemba like kind of shakes his hand, but doesn't look at him. So it's very similar to that Conte Tuchel moment where, as Mbemba like shakes his hand and like goes to like walk away, Regragui holds his wrist, and you can read his lips. If you speak French, it's super clear what he says. He goes, "Regardez-moi," which is like, "Look at me, look at me."
Yeah.
So like, look at me as you're shaking my hand. Then of course Mbemba pulls away. He's like, "No, like you have to respect me. Tu dois me respecter. You have to respect me, whatever."
Respect, yeah.
And then the whole team starts like, of course, as soon as tension breaks out, there had already been tension during the game.
Yeah.
Everyone starts running towards each other. At the end of the game, Mbemba gives like a bit of a cryptic, like interview where he's like, I won't, everyone knows who I am. Everyone knows Chancel. Everyone knows who I am. I'm not going to say what happened, but he said things to me I never expected for him to say.
Yeah.
Turns out Regragui gets suspended for 4 matches. The African Federation doesn't necessarily say what for, but of course all over social media is like
racism.
accusations of racism, whatever. Regragui himself has said that he didn't say anything that he intended to use to offend the other person. They
That
both
means
speak
he
French.
offended
They're both
them.
French-speaking men, of course. So then, of course, on social media, there was a whole wave of racist attacks from Moroccan fans towards, or like North African fans towards Mbemba. Yeah. And that just kind of opened up a whole other can of worms about the AFCON dynamics, which is those different West Africans, East Africans, Southern Africans,
Central
North Africans as well.
Essentially.
I think it's interesting how all of Africa, well, maybe not all of Africa, but a lot of the diaspora and much of Africa was behind Morocco for the World Cup.
I was just about to say
They're
that.
making that run.
Yeah.
So to like see them, or maybe not the Moroccan team themselves, but to see potentially the coach and their fan base then use like racial slurs against darker skinned Africans, it's kind of upsetting.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I always joke about my experience in Morocco when they randomly started calling me Raheem Sterling, Sean Wright Phillips. If you don't know what Sean Wright Phillips is, he's a short, dark-skinned, short-haired human being who looks nothing like me. They call me designer, Tiger Woods, Tyga, just random black people, bro.
They heard the accent,
And like,
man.
and it's not even a skin tone thing. It's really just like the type
I
of
see Tyga though.
whatever. But like Sean Wright Phillips, Raheem's like, what?
Sean Wright Phillips is actually pretty like
Niche.
That's niche as
Yeah,
fuck.
niche racism. I'm like, what? Like, bro, and it's like, that's the experience being black in those countries. And I was just there as an American visiting with friends, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go this
But
summer.
yeah, bro, North Africa and West is just different. The perception of blackness is different. The view of it is different. So that's what when that was happening too, in the World Cup, I was thinking the same stuff. Like, I don't know if they really ride with us like that. But it's not fair to put on the players, but the coach, the fans, the overall culture of those countries, it's a major issue, the racism.
It's
Honestly.
disheartening. It's
Yeah.
not, it's nothing
And how
new.
open they are about it, bro.
It's nothing new.
Like, I'm here to like buy a scarf or something, and it's like, oh, Sean Wright Phillips. What?
Kendrick, do you have thoughts? Do you have thoughts?
I said my thoughts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Unity, por favor. Yeah.
Asian Cup.
Asian Cup, another exciting tournament going on. We have all the way up to the semifinals as well. First semifinal, we have Jordan versus South Korea, and the other one, Iran versus Qatar. Who I told y'all, they're a decent little team, man. I thought they was going to get out the group and finesse a little something, but...
Actually, no,
what are you going to say?
I just think it's interesting how
No, go ahead.
the only teams remaining in AFCON are Sub-Saharan and Western.
I mean, there's only, I think, what there were... It was Tunisia, Algeria, Morocco, Egypt, so 4. So
they're usually powerhouses.
And those are,
they are
like
powerhouses, but statistically, there's less of them.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
It goes down to the history.
It's unfortunate.
There's also
less
only
of them.
4 left.
It's unfortunate for them.
But speaking of these 4, so Jordan versus South Korea, Iran versus Qatar. Favorites, I'd probably say, are South Korea. And Iran is probably a better team than Qatar, at least historically and recently, and obviously World Cup performance. But it is being hosted in Qatar, is it not?
Yeah,
It is.
So maybe they got favorites there.
Japan was the favorite.
Japan was definitely, they've been balling out. They killed
They're a top 10 team in the
Germany
world.
recently. They're very good, but they got knocked out. Another exciting tournament, we're not what you predict is going to happen. But who y'all got? I think South Korea's going to do it.
Is it actually an exciting tournament?
The results I've been seeing,
Bangers and some Puskas.
Bangers.
Yeah.
The issue is that
Late-
games are at
late- I saw
that
6:30
one
in the
Qatar
morning.
goal.
late goals too. Really late goals from South Korea.
Yep.
Um,
I liked watching some teams. I liked watching Indonesia. They were fun to watch. I watched Iraq because my girl's from Iraq, but the games are at 6:30 in the morning.
yeah, you can't watch them. It's a
I'm
problem.
a little like
Big up Palestine too, getting their first
Facts.
ever
Of
advancement
course.
into
Of
the
course.
round of 16.
Yep.
So I mean, it's just good to see. And then another tournament, I'm seeing people's nationalities come out that I didn't know even cared about soccer. So I think South Korea is probably going to do it.
yeah.
Yeah, I think South Korea.
But you never know. You never know
Iran
with football.
could, yeah, it's tight, and they've been struggling a little bit. They're like skating by, I'd say.
Who beat Palestine?
Iran, I think.
Yeah.
It's kind of fucked up.
It's killing me,
We
bro.
gonna cut out the laugh.
No, that's fine. Actually, Qatar 2-1.
I think that's fucked up, bro.
Qatar beating them. They're supposed to win the tournament.
Bro, I mean, that would be
It's kind of unfair, though,
That would be
'cause
an
then-
immense show of solidarity.
It
What we gonna
would,
do
but
with-
a
what
lot
we
of
gonna do with
countries
Ukraine
went
and the
through.
Euros.
Huh?
What are we gonna do with Ukraine and the Euros?
Aren't they trying to vote them in or some shit?
Yeah.
The laugh after is so funny. Son.
That's such a fucking joke.
That is crazy though. That
They're playing?
They advanced to the round of 16 for the first time in history. While
Yeah.
the country is enduring insane
Yes.
hardship. Like that the whole world is watching.
It's incredible that they're able to put together a national team that's competitive.
right.
Yeah,
And can compete in like a major tournament.
yeah.
It's an emotional tournament for them.
Super. And there's never been this many world eyes. I think we can agree.
Yeah. And I mean,
Long-standing conflict, but world eyes, I've never seen this much media
Oh,
attention
and
on it.
sorry, I'm still thinking about AFCON.
That's okay.
We're talking about the Moroccan coach and how you could like read his lips.
Yep.
What the fuck is going on with Jude Bellingham?
He allegedly called.
Ooh, we're gonna talk about that?
Yeah, real quick, like
Let's be very
2
fast.
minutes. 2
This
minutes.
guy.
Yeah,
We
he
can't
allegedly
ignore that. We can't ignore that.
when Real Madrid beat Getafe to go first place in La Liga.
Yep.
Even though we tied today late goal. Fuck.
I saw that.
So bad.
Dude, you guys have been stealing
Bro,
for the past 6 weeks.
We haven't, and also
Jesus Christ.
we have no center backs. We actually have one nigga
Facts.
who's a replacement center back. I don't even know how we're.
Neither do they though. Whistl's
Nacho?
playing center back, bro.
No, I'm just saying the amount of injuries. It's hilarious.
You got a nacho chip playing center.
Literally. And Carvajal moved this. It's like, what the hell? Anyways, when we beat them, Getafe 2-0, Jude allegedly called Mason Greenwood a rapist. And then they're going to investigate.
Super allegedly.
Super allegedly, and now they're
They
investigating.
hired a lip syncer.
They want to know if he did it.
I mean, a lip reader, a professional
Yeah.
lip reader.
So they want to see.
Professional lip reader, bro.
Bro,
No,
for
no,
like
No,
criminal
it's a thing.
investigations.
It's a thing.
Let's be really clear.
It's definitely a thing.
How
Remember
the fuck do you get
Remember
into that?
Materazzi?
No. I'm
Yeah.
talking about that actual person. How do you get into that career path?
Bro, it's like a part of criminal investigation.
Yeah, it definitely is.
No, but what type of human being becomes a professional?
Somebody
lip syncer?
who really enjoys linguistics.
Yeah,
Oh, that's true.
it makes sense.
That's true.
I read
Why
the
you
report,
make
bro.
it-
Yeah.
I read the report.
So I don't even know where
really
to
get
go
it.
with it because they're investigating, but it's like, what if he did say it? I mean, I guess it's an insult to an alleged crime, but like, I don't even know. There's no precedent for it. You know what I mean?
What?
Like calling someone essentially you're calling someone a criminal during a game, right? Like, I've never seen that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
though?
it's true.
Obviously, it's a crazier crime than being a thief, but like,
Yeah.
we've never seen an investigation over calling someone an alleged criminal on the field.
I just think
So
it's-
I don't even know what the hell, what happens.
That's
I just
what-
think
I
it's
don't know the
Getafe,
con- I don't
right?
know the
Getafe,
consequences.
Getafe.
Getafe
Yeah,
is
yeah.
pushing for it.
What's the consequences even?
Hey, what the hell? And he does have I don't even know.
And
That's why I'm like, what's there to talk about?
People call each other crazy shit.
That's why I don't know what there's to talk about.
Wasn't there a Villarreal player who made fun of Valverde for losing his unborn son?
Yeah, and then he punched him in the face. Real
I just
shit.
think it's crazy that we have all these like allegations of like racism against players like Vinny.
Yeah.
And there's no professional lip reader.
Oh, well, they know what they said. That's why.
Nobody's like galvanizing.
No, there was a professional lip reader for Vinny, but the lip reader was unable to make the headline was the reader was unable to make a conclusive ruling on the matter for Vinny's case.
It's also that's pointless though because we know it's racism. The racism's already been addressed though, so that's kind of a separate thing. So I don't even know. I don't think anything's gonna come of it though. I think this is whatever.
Yeah, Jude gave him a good tackle for that one.
Good.
They're gonna be England teammates soon.
That boy is not making the England team. Even straight off talent, he's not making the England team.
You'd be surprised. It's very true.
Be very, very.
I know,
He's
but
on a football pitch. He made it back onto a football pitch.
He did. But
I saw Barca was trying to give him the number 10.
What?
Yep.
Barca is trying to give him the 10?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, where is this coming from?
Mason Greenwood?
Yeah.
They want to sign. Wait, they actually.
Marca.
Yeah. Oh, Marca.
I mean, I don't know how reputable they are, but aren't they the biggest?
No,
They are the biggest.
Marca is the one.
Definitely. I mean, but all reputable. They can give some.
Greenwood to Barca would be crazy. Is he even like performing?
Yeah, he scored. Scored last week.
Nah,
Banger. At the end of the day, it was a banger.
Whatever.
I don't
rock with him.
I don't want to give him too much light.
This one.
Definitely.
I always said the same thing.
For sure. Fuck that.
Mbappe to Real Madrid.
Allegedly. Let's see. I think so though. This time feels real. It never felt real. It never felt real before to me. This one felt real.
It never felt rad.
It feels real.
PSG shit's done up, bro.
Yeah.
His team's too good.
He was
The young
waiting
black,
till
like,
he was waiting till we did our Nivea.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
true.
He was waiting.
So I'm
till we
excited
did
for
Nivea.
it. That's
Speaking
that's
of
scary.
Speaking of Mbappe,
Speaking of black people.
Black people. Speaking of Black History Month,
Okay.
I was reading something about just like black culture in soccer and like important black people in the sport.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy wrote an article about how like Mbappe has been like a revolutionary player in the sense that he has always like emphasized or like been open about his like individualism. Like a lot of other players have, especially in Europe, have like been forced to like put their team before everything and always like be cordial about, I love the team, I love the fans. But Mbappe's been a little bit more vocal and open about like himself and the career that he wants and like kind of like making things about him.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I thought it was an interesting article, it was an interesting take. And I wanted to know your guys.
So you think that's a positive thing or a negative thing?
Yeah.
You're saying as a
Positive.
black player specifically? Okay, I was gonna say because Ronaldo was super definitely about himself in his career in a good way. I think too. I think that's a good point. I think that's also the modern athlete. If you think about how much they're doing outside of the sport itself, if you think about they're realizing how much money they should be making from these contracts, even like in the NBA too, and like they're just getting more business savvy as well, and that's why he made such a crazy amount of money through Paris. Although he's gonna forego a lot of that to go to Madrid. So I think it's an example of the modern athlete and him being, I'd say, the best black player in the world right now. Or you could argue the best player in the world. And just recently what he's been, he kind of is the next great. That's kind of his career trajectory. Yeah. So I think this time of world sport is what allows him to be that. And he's like fully capitalized on it. So I think it is revolutionary in that sense. And I think he's our example in footy for that.
He definitely has big ties to his nationality and the state of French football.
Yeah.
With PSG, just the way they've had to invest in themselves. And, Mbappe has one of, if not the greatest World Cup campaign. He could do what he wants in that sense.
Yeah.
And it's been very interesting to, I even want to see that article because if you really look into the way that he's been running the show at PSG,
he's already the all-time top goal scorer, bro, at 25.
That is insane.
So, like...
He's actually one of the best players. Like, he can be he's already, to me, going to be one of the best players ever.
Yeah. World Cup campaign is probably the best one.
I'm telling you, when it's all said and done, like, he could be top 25.
Yeah, that's fair.
Ever?
He could be.
Yep, I agree.
The trajectory. And if he goes to Madrid and does some Ronaldo-type stuff, I don't know if he can do what Ronaldo did.
Yeah.
But if he scores almost a goal a game, wins a couple UCLs on top of that...
I think
Another
your
World
talent.
Cup.
I think your talent allows you to be able to do that. You have to be good enough to be able to command that type of respect.
But yeah.
Otherwise, it's like
And it's the state of affairs.
Yeah.
Like him being French is a big part of that. Being French, playing in Paris.
Yeah.
Yep. And the elder statesman in the like Henri has been very like supportive of him.
Yeah.
Evra has been like the French
Trailblazers, the Black Trailblazers.
They've allowed a certain level of protection towards him because they are the first ones to defend him always. So
I mean, he stayed at Paris when he could have dipped a long time ago. He stuck it out. I think he's done enough too with Paris.
Yeah.
And he was in Monaco before that. He's always played in France. That I think y'all should give him the pat in the back to leave and really chase his dream, and be on a team that is more of his level. He deserves it. He's earned it, bro. He's already your top goal scorer all time at 25. He's not even from your academy. Like, what
we
the
talk about it all the time. It's not like PSG is a shit team.
No, it's just they're not that level. Winning league alls don't mean nothing to him, or Coupe Nationale. He doesn't care about that, bro. He wants UCL. They had the chance in the final 2020.
He wants a UCL.
Big
he has
tears.
to join Los Negros.
Come on, bro.
That's what
And
we
if we
gotta
get
know.
Davies too,
Funny as
it's
hell.
really over.
Yeah.
As a Real Madrid fan, I could not be happier to have
Actually,
this
an all-black
talented.
starting eleven.
Imagine
Besides
being,
Courtois.
Y'all gonna cut Magnan next.
imagine being a kid and your favorite team is Real and playing FIFA.
Yeah, it's amazing, bro. This is literally what I've dreamed of, bro. Is Real Madrid, who's always been one of the best teams in the world, well, the best team in the world, historically, to have just that extra level of diversity there now, bro. And if we get Mbappe and Alphonso Davies, we're starting what? Not 8 to 9 at least black players.
Could be 10.
And it would be the best team in the world. Like,
Depending on
that's
what you
amazing.
consider
Why does,
Rodrigo.
why does it matter to you that they're black?
Representation. Anytime I did manager mode in FIFA, I mean, shit, we're talking about Black History Month, I would always make my team pretty much as black as possible. Yeah.
Why though?
Yeah.
I want to see myself in the players, bro. And it was like a natural thing. I remember being 9 years old and gravitating during World Cup 2006, gravitating towards Brazil with way less perception, understanding of race as a 9-year-old. Just feeling like, I want to be him when I grow up just because he looks like me. It's like a natural human connection. And it's not that we don't like white players and shit. Nigga, my dad's white. Like, you know what I'm
That's
saying?
a fact.
But it's just actually a connection to have. It's more because it wasn't there before. The white's always been there. The black has not.
If
So
I'm-
that's also that piece.
If I'm a white kid and I'm playing FIFA and I want to make my team as white as possible.
Go ahead, bro. Yeah, bro. Straight Aryan. Do what you got to do. Your team gonna suck, but
Yakubian.
Funny
your
as
team's not gonna be
hell.
good,
Neuer,
though.
Harry Kane, Lewandowski up top.
Holland for sure.
Holland is Cam.
Yeah.
Nah, bro.
Royce.
Good to
Representation.
see. I remember there was a point in time Kendrick and I played pro clubs. Like all our players had last names from Ghana and Haiti.
Yeah.
Yo,
Alright.
that's not funny.
I thought y'all was gonna get to the online like racial shit that people
Nah,
be
but
doing.
we'll have Toussaint, passing to Boateng, passing to Frimpong, passing
You're
to
funny.
Toussaint.
You're hilarious.
Toussaint.
Forgot about that.
Beausoleil would score a goal.
Beausoleil.
Jumpy would jump on his back.
Facts. But just a last note for me on Black History Month.
Yep.
I think we're in like the Harlem Renaissance of like black culture. And
It's a fucking bar. That's real shit.
the reason is
In which space?
soccer.
In which space, though? In soccer.
The whole thing?
The culture
I
of
think
the
everything.
whole sport.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that is really like if you look at fashion,
Mm-hmm.
if you look at like music, down to like Premier League clubs are posting like highlights with like Burna Boy and Drake
Yeah.
and Travis Scott instrumentals and songs like in the background.
Yeah.
Whereas like 5 years ago, you would never see that. It would be some like generic
Disco
Pop.
shit. Yeah.
pop or EDM beat in the background.
Yeah,
All these
true.
clubs are coming out with like streetwear
Yep.
and lifestyle lines. Like, I don't know. I feel like the whole sport, I mean, we already know that like black culture and in many ways like American black culture is like culture around the world,
Yeah.
you know, in the way, or like is seen as like
Black cells. We know
pop
that.
culture,
American black.
popular
Yeah.
culture.
Yeah.
And I think that now in soccer, it's also starting to like move in that direction.
I agree. And it also is reflected in the amount of black talent. We just talked about Real Madrid, even before if Mbappe comes or Alphonso Davies comes now. Right now, the team is black as hell. A bunch of super talented young black players on the biggest club in the world that's only getting blacker. You look at the national teams and their success. England is now, it's probably England's most talented generation ever. I'm not going to lie. I think this is surpassing the Lampard, Gerrard era in terms of talent. These guys are crazy. England really should get a trophy with it. And this is me saying it.
They won't. But
They probably
should.
won't, but they should. Like England's talent level. France's talent level is stupid, bro. And majority black. the actual depth of the French national team, the level of players who are never going to sniff a chance at that team are ridiculous.
Crazy.
It's crazy. It's like the Spanish midfield of the 2010s. Arteta never got a call up, bro. Like, so and then the African talent getting better and better. Osimhen, the season that he just had. Now, even black goalies, Mike Maignan, another Frenchman there too. So I think the talent level on the pitch is just allowing the cultural stuff off the pitch to then combine and create the kind of Harlem Renaissance moment that you're talking about.
I would say,
bro.
It's definitely linked to just a lot of culture just being accepted in general.
Yeah.
Especially African culture globally. You see Burna Boy at the CBS show for the Champions League final.
Yeah.
That's due to music.
True, yeah.
It's actually due to Nigerian music.
Yeah.
And Afrobeat's bigger than it's ever been. Unquestionably.
So,
I'm on piano too, if you're talking about global perspective.
Yeah.
If you go outside of New York, you're going to hear that music now at every party, unless there's a different sort of theme. Even in random white bars now. Like, the culture is crazy, bro.
And part of the credit has to be given to like players themselves.
Yeah, of
in
course.
the way that like they're now starting to express themselves. Like,
For sure.
We have Moise Keane starting a whole rap group. We have Jules Koundé going crazy, like doing actual like
Runway show.
like avant-garde runway fits before the matches.
Yeah.
Leao. We have Leao doing rapping, dancing, doing
And they're
everything.
doing it while balling out too, which
And
makes
we
it
have-
more accepted.
Yeah, even thinking about like how Tim Weah and Weston McKennie have become like the faces of Juve on the pitch, but also just like their media, like everything about their media is about their bromance and their relationship, and like I don't know, the players are putting themselves at the forefront, and so a lot of the credit has to go to them as well.
And just to keep it U.S. and also pivot real quick, just think from our own perspective how diverse our national team has become. You could easily start 8 black players on the national team. MLS draft a couple years ago was more than half black. Or the one last year. Yeah, way more than half black. And just think about the diversity in the MLS as well. So in the U.S., it's the same sort of vibe too. And now we're just trying to obviously bring that, we are bringing that, from a media perspective. Proud of us for that. And speaking of the U.S.
Speaking of diversity.
Okay.
Speaking about the U.S.
There it is.
As it should be. The U.S. final is in MetLife Stadium.
Let's clap that up. Yes, sir. Dallas, y'all was never going to get that.
Yeah, no,
that's where it needed to be. I'm sorry. That shit had to be.
Dirty Dallas.
Much
That
love
had to
to
be,
Dallas, but
Smelly
it
Dallas.
wasn't y'all for me.
Yeah.
It's going to be in Jersey.
All y'all got
right
is
next to
barbecue.
NYC and beans.
Yeah. Mad
And
beans.
NYC's up, bro. You saw how Senegal was going crazy in Harlem when they won. Imagine the city during the World Cup, bro.
It's over.
MetLife. Where we going after MetLife, bro?
Bro, I don't even
Vino
know,
Friday,
bro.
what you talking about?
Hey, you know what I'm
That's
saying?
a fact.
Yeah.
Nah, but the city actually exploded. It's also going to be like dangerous.
The city was already going to explode, but now that the final's here too, bro, just think about the people that's going to be in town.
That's what I'm saying.
It's the World Cup final might be the biggest, it's one of the biggest events in the
has
world,
to be.
period.
It
Bigger
is.
than any Olympic, anything, bigger than
History.
any award show.
History.
It's probably the biggest cultural singular moment I can think of, even from a TV ratings. Now those people, we gonna be covering it, and it's gonna be in our city. What the hell?
It's going
That's
to be-
unbelievable. That's unbelievable.
I do not envy the people that have to give out like the free tickets to like the celebrity socialites.
There's too many.
There's too many people.
Well, now you
you're gonna
little fake influencers are cooked because it's gonna be more like Drake at the shit. You know what I'm saying? And like you,
That's a fact, that's a fact.
yeah. Now
You're
World
finished.
Cup final.
At the
You
final,
thought the Super Bowl was bougie.
Yeah.
Get the hell
Yeah,
out
no,
of here.
no.
The
That's the
corporate
thing.
suite prices for the World Cup final in MetLife.
People
It's
are
gonna be
going
10,
to see.
10 mil.
People are going to see.
It's more 10 mil. It's more than 10 mil.
It probably is
It's
because
more
if the
than
Super
10
Bowl is 2.5 mil
It's
for
more
like
than 10
the
mil.
suite thing.
It's like 60.
Oh, you actually like you have a number.
No,
you
but
saw.
that's no. That's
okay.
60?
I don't believe it could, but like I
No,
don't think
60 is
because 10
disgusting.
is actually nothing.
But if you
Like-
think about it,
Like
the
how many?
Saudis, the Saudis pulling up.
put down 10.
Yeah, the
No,
Saudis,
it's true.
Be more than
the
10 mil.
Saudis pulling up and easily like getting.
Give
a
me the
couple-
fucking suite.
a couple
Like,
seats.
Yeah.
What?
They can set the price to what they want. But yeah, it's gonna be unbelievable. We're
But
gonna
then
be there. We're gonna
yeah.
be covering it. I can't wait.
No, but I
Wow.
don't think like as an American, I don't think you understand like.
Oh
Like,
no,
if you're
yeah.
watching, like, bro, like, so for example, like, if you're the Super Bowl's about to come out,
Yeah.
the Super Bowl's coming up. So like, if Drake wants to get like a suite at the Super Bowl, it's very easy.
Yeah.
It's not very easy for Drake to get a suite.
Nah,
at the
he
World Cup
will.
final.
He will.
But it's not very easy. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
He's technically like a World Cup
He has to
ambassador.
compete. He has to
but I see what you're
compete
saying.
with. He has to compete with everybody like
Yeah.
around the world.
Yeah.
Versus
competing
like
with oil money.
versus like Tia Cola, like a French rapper, is not coming to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But he's coming to the World Cup, or at least he's going to try. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
The people he's competing with from all over the world.
It is. Yeah. I was saying more because he's like Canada's ambassador for the World Cup and shit like that. Like,
Is he actually?
He announced the six things today with the president of FIFA.
He's the president of FIFA.
He's also like getting in anywhere he
Guy
wants.
is unserious.
He's also getting in anywhere
Guy
he
is
wants.
unserious.
Drake? He should be announcing for Canada.
Forgive me.
And they're having 6 games in the 6.
That's true.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
funny.
that is fine.
What do you mean he's announcing? He's commentating the matches?
Bro, he was announcing the fact that Toronto's hosting 6.
He was with
He was the president of FIFA. Yeah.
Six.
Who else from Canada, bro? Like, actually,
bald
it's
man
Drake.
himself.
Yeah. But speaking
If
of
the
Drake,
business is true. Sorry.
speaking of Drake, let's talk a little bit about
Yeah,
music
Canadian.
before we get out of here. I thought someone said today I feel like 21 Savage, but I think that was just a comment. I don't think that, but I saw it in quotes. I hope he didn't actually say that. But no, speaking of music, speaking of Drake, speaking of music, gotta talk a little bit about music before we get out of here. What y'all been listening to? What's y'all vibe been recently?
Damn.
Or anything you want to shout out? You know what I'm saying?
So Zola and Koba just had a collab that dropped out. 2 fire French artists, you know what I'm saying? Chronic Law. Chronic has a good song called One Day. Very good lyrics on that one. It's been a strong start to the year. It's our first month. A lot of good music has come out for sure all over the world.
What y'all think of that new Ice Spice song?
Which one?
Fart.
I've only seen it. I've only seen it on social media. I haven't actually heard it.
What you think about it?
Well, I'm gonna rap it too, Josh. So
Yeah.
you think you the shit?
Yeah.
You're not even a fuck. Does that resonate with you?
I mean, it's more so just it's the state.
Does that resonate?
Nah, it's a good. The way it resonates with me more so just shows the state of affairs of hip hop.
It's very fair.
Is hip hop dead?
All right, chill. We don't got time for that.
Low key.
Hey man.
I don't think I listened.
It depends on what you're going for. But
Someone, who was it? He said, since the year 2020, can you think of a song that's going to be considered like a club classic in the next 10 years? Like a song that will just ring off for the next
I saw
10.
that as well.
Like the way music's being made right now from hip hop,
There's way less than
the superstar thing, the whole Drake, Kendrick, Cole, like that's not happening
you
again.
said 2020, right?
Yeah,
It would have
and
to
even just
be
individual song, like
pop.
the banger level of just like the top of the charts, like shit is not the same. If you think about really becoming an absolute superstar to the next level,
We lost a lot
really
of
thought
talent,
Baby was gonna.
lost a lot of
Pop would have probably been the guy. Yeah,
X as well.
X had crazy
he would've-
talent.
he would've
Juice World
moved,
was
yeah.
huge. Yeah,
Lost a lot of-
that's one of the problems too. So
no,
it's in a weird state, and now it's drawing so much from other genres. Hip hop's getting a little nebulous too.
Which
You know what I mean?
Which is good because
It is good for
ebbs and
overall,
flows.
but in terms of building superstars. But that's just a point, a kind of legend in hip hop.
Shout out Red Veil.
Yeah.
DMV artist. Listen to his project. Listen to his song PG Baby. Good song.
Sounds very local. Love it.
I've been listening to this song called Praise Jah in the Moonlight.
Yes.
YG Marley.
Yeah.
It's very smooth.
Related to Bob Marley?
Mm-hmm.
Got a movie coming out soon.
Kid.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw him. I went to see Lauryn Hill and I saw him actually.
Imagine Lauryn Hill and Bob Marley in your bloodline. Should actually make good music.
Actually making a movie by him.
You should actually make good
Yeah,
music.
Yeah.
Bob.
Yeah, there's a Bob Marley biopic coming out pretty soon. I haven't seen a lot of ads
Bob
for it.
Marley loved football.
He did.
Not
There's a famous quote from him like, if you want to get to know me, play football with me.
Facts. I got to shout
How
out.
somebody gets to know you.
A portion of me.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
it's only
Definitely a
certain
portion.
side.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just going to shout out Isaiah Falls, fire-ass R&B artist out of Florida. Just dropped a track called Florida Baby. Super, super, super catchy. And he just got a lot of really wavy music. Very unique take on it as well. And I think he's got a real chance to break through, which is very difficult to do nowadays, man. Especially considering social media and everything. But I think he's got a big chance to make it through.
He's
All right.
finished. Is he signed to Universal?
No. And he's been really promoting that Florida Baby song like daily with like a feed post. So I would feel so bad for him if that was the case.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, I think he's independent. So shout out Isaiah though. Fitz, and let's get out of here. Josh, what you wearing?
You know what I'm saying? It's cold outside, so I got Classico on the coat, Lucid FC on the pants, Jordan on the feet.
Oakland Roots on the top.
I'm an owner of that team.
Same.
Yeah.
I have a certificate of ownership.
Yep.
Literally.
All right, I'll pass it to Gabe.
Big up Oakland Roots, bro.
Facts.
Yeah. I was telling you to big them up, but I bet. I got on my Nocteezies. Nocta, y'all gotta sign me. It's the comfiest shoes I've ever had. Shout out to my girl for copping it. And actually, pants from American Eagle. I did not buy them, but they are super comfortable. You would never think they're from American Eagle, but some very cozy cargos. Big up Neighborhood Sports Club for the t-shirt right here,
Max.
man. Shout out Max and everybody
Film
doing their
coming
thing
soon.
over there.
Film
coming soon. Got the legend Thierry Henry on the shirt, who also recently did a podcast interview on Diary of a CEO.
Amazing interview.
Incredible interview. Broke down a lot of life experiences and just pretty crazily said, like, only thing he ever searched for was his father's approval. And so through all the success, Champions League, et cetera, he went through a lot of dark times because he wasn't able to really heal that inner child, which just tells you that, there's personal things that you really have to deal with before, worrying about some of these sort of outside factors, because there was no level of success that could ever bring him happiness. So I just hope that everybody out there chasing your dreams can be able to heal that inner child and whatever that you're going through, to be able to find real fulfillment in what you're doing.
Amen.
And not just be, chasing a ghost, essentially. So,
Amen.
yeah.
Yeah, my fit is not as meaningful. I'm wearing some blanks from a project that I did a while ago. I was supposed to put stuff on these, but I never did. So
It's fine.
That's actually cool. But appreciate y'all.
BSC to the world.
Huh?
BSC.
soon,
For sure.
very soon.
Very Shout out to WTF too, man. You see the new studio.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Going crazy.
WTF will change your life.
But literally.
Like verbatim.
Like actually change your life.
WTF, shout out WTF
Yeah.
Studios.
Best studio
Love.
in New York, LA. More coming soon.
In the
maybe.
globe.
For sure.
Fact.
Love y'all. Peace.